Hello there everybody, it's Nicole here from Nikki's Delicious Channel. So today I'm going to show you how to make your stick-on nails last the longest possible way. And what you will need for this is you'll need some tips, you'll need a clipper, you'll need either glue or the gel. I'm going to show you exactly how to apply the gel base coat to stick the nails on, as well as the glue. You'll need some primer and you'll need some acetone. Now you can buy this from the pharmacy. It's 100% acetone. You can definitely buy this from the pharmacy. So this is an easy way to do long-lasting stick-on nails. These are stick-on nails. As you can see, my nails are underneath there. I cut them specifically for this because normally I just do a gel overlay on my natural nails, but for this tutorial I've decided to stick the nails on myself. Now there is a video, I did a very short sort of video on how to apply these nails on my husband not so long ago. It was on the 24th of March, and those nails lasted 2 months. The last nail, only did 2 of his nails. The last nail came off yesterday. So if you really want long lasting stick on nails, keep on watching. Okay ladies, like I said, so for this tutorial you will need some tips, okay, full tips. These are 120 in a box. You can buy these from me. I'm not going to get prices on here now. Then you'll need a buffer block or a buffer, any kind of buffer block. The kits that I'm selling come with 10 personalized tips to your size nails. It also comes with a buffer block, and then it comes with this cute little set with a file, a cuticle pusher, a cuticle remover, and an emery board. Okay, and it also comes with a glue as well. So you get the 10 tips, personally sized, the buffer, the glue, and this cute little set here. Alright, so today you will need your glue, you'll need your buffer block, you'll need tips, and you'll need primer. You can use any primer that you currently have. You will need obviously a gel base coat. I use the AS gel base coat, and let's get started. Okay, so ladies, we'll open up our little goodie bag here. You can also get these from me. Otherwise, use whatever you have. I'm making this video specifically for the clients that have bought the professionally stick-on nails from me, but also for those of you who want to do this from home. It's a very cost-effective, beautiful, long-lasting way to do nails. So you're going to just push that cuticle back with your cuticle pusher. This is very soft on the cuticle, so it doesn't cause any pain or uncomfortable feeling. But if you have the metal cuticle pusher, then obviously feel free to use that, whatever cuticle pusher you have. I'm just showing the kit that I am selling at the moment. Okay, so you push that cuticle back very nicely. I'm going to do it step by step. Alright, and I'm going to show you the prep work as well. Alright, so all cuticles have been pushed back. Alright, I'm just going to put this back in my little goodie bag. Okay, now we are going to size the tips. Alright, so here's what the tips look like. They are full coffin or ballerina tips. They are the same ones I have on my nails at the moment. I'm absolutely loving this. And this is the AS Color Changing Gel number 10. Okay. Alright, so let's size the tips.
Again.
Okay, so I've sized. My husband has very kindly agreed to sit for me again. I've sized his fingers. Now, he is a man, so his nail beds are quite large, okay? But you do get ladies that have quite large nail beds. So the box of tips that come with 120 do have a size that will fit any size finger, okay? So if you've got rather wide nail beds like my husband has, you can find a tip that will fit your hand, okay? Alright, so let's move on to the next step. So the next step is taking a buffer. Now I'm really loving these little buffers because I can really get into those, you know, really hard to reach places. And you're going to slightly buff the nail bed, okay, to get that shine off and any other, you know, debris, if you're a smoker, or any oils that may be on the nail. You're going to use the smoother side for this, okay? These are 100 by 180, so you're going to use the 180 grit side. Alright, just to slightly, don't over buff, just need to slightly rough up that surface of the nail. Okay. I am going to show you how to stick on a nail with glue as well as with the gel base coat. Okay. And please, ladies, don't over buff your natural nail. It's going to be very tender and very sore if you do. Okay, just get that shine off. This buffer, the 180 grit side, is it's not that rough, so it's not going to damage your natural nail at all. Alright, now what you're going to do is you're going to cleanse the nails. Now, you can get rubbing alcohol, okay, or sanitizer. Anyone works. If you don't have sanitizer or rubbing alcohol or the rubbing alcohol pads, you can use a little bit of the pure acetone, okay? What I normally do is I mix a little bit of acetone with the sanitizer or rubbing alcohol, and that makes a great dehydrator from the nail plate, okay? If you don't have any of these at home, you can go and buy it from the pharmacy. They do stock it. Otherwise, if you've got a dehydrator, use the dehydrator that you have, but I'm cleansing the nails at the moment, but this also helps to dehydrate the nail. Okay, so there we go. We've dehydrated all the nails. We've cleansed off the dust because gel doesn't like dust, and neither does glue. Okay, right, now the next step. You can take a file and shape any misshapen nails that they might not be nicely shaped. So just, you can take a file and just shape it like that. These nails are quite short, so they're very difficult. Okay, so now we're going to go on to the next step, and the next step is to prime the nails. Okay, so now we're going to use just a little bit of primer on each nail. Don't put it on the skin. Okay, just dab it on. Make sure that it's on the whole nail, especially where the cuticle is. Alright, but if you just put a drop on, it normally sort of saturates the nail. So any primer that you have, this would work very well. Okay, especially when you're using the gel. You don't need to use the primer if you're not using the gel and you're using the glue. Alright, so now we're going to go on to the next step. And the next step is edging the tips. Okay, so for this step, you're going to have to edge the inside of the nail tip. This is going to help for better adhesion, either with the gel or with the glue. Like you prep the nails, you obviously push back the cuticles, you buff the shine off, you dehydrate, you use a primer. You don't need to use a primer if you're using glue, but if you're using the gel, it would be preferable. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you just with this one nail how we're going to edge the nails. Okay, so if you've got an e-file, you would edge it with the e-file. Okay, so you're going to take your e-file and you're just going to buff the inside of that nail tip. Rough it up a bit. Okay, this way there's no shininess inside of the tip, so therefore the gel is going to adhere to this tip and then to the natural nail. Okay, this e-file you can also buy from me. It's a very entry-level e-file. I would say it's a nice e-file to use from home. I would not use it professionally if you're going to be using it every day, all day on the clients. But if you are a home user, for example, it's a very good e-file to use at home. I've had this particular one for 2 years and it hasn't given me any problems. Okay, and it fits all kinds of e-file bits. All right, now like I said, this is a preferable step, but if you don't have an e-file, don't worry about it, because what you're going to do is you're going to take a little bit of acetone on a brush that you don't use often, and you're just going to rub that acetone in to that tip. Okay, so you're going to rub that acetone into the tip, and you'll see it starts going to murky, and also you'll feel like the brush is like getting sticky. That's what you want. Okay, so if you don't have an e-file, you can do this step. If you have an e-file, you can do the step as well. It just sort of roughs up the inside of that tip. Okay, now it's going to dry. Once it's dry, you're going to take your primer again and you're going to just prime the inside of that tip. Again, this will cause these stick-on tips to last even longer. Okay, like I said, I did a video on this on the 4th of March, and I put it on my husband's nails, and it lasted until yesterday. So over 2 months it lasted. Okay, right, so you're going to wait for that to dry. Then you're going to do all the other tips. I'll do all the other tips now off screen, and then we'll be ready to apply. Alright, so ladies, this was done with glue. What I'm going to show you now is how to put the glue in the tip. Move your hand here, please, so that you can see exactly how much is needed. Okay, if you put too little in, you're going to get air bubbles. Alright, if you put too much in, you're going to get leakage. Now, leakage is not so bad because you can always buff that away, file it away, etc. But if you don't have enough glue in the tip, you're not going to get the strong adhesion that you need. Alright, so you put quite a bit, as you can see, into there. It's not going to be like you put on a half tip. It's going to be more. Okay, then you're going to take the hand and you're going to angle it at a 45 degree and you're going to press down. And when you press down, press hard, so that that glue goes right to the edge of the nail tip or the free edge, and you don't get air bubbles. If you don't do it like this, you're going to get air bubbles, and then you're also going to battle to get the tip to stick. Alright, So you hold it in place for about 10 seconds, and then once 10 seconds is up, you can release. Alright, now that nail is stuck, eh? Both these nails have been done with glue. So just to go over the steps, when you use the glue in the nail tip, you're going to buff the natural nail. You're going to obviously push back the cuticles, buff the natural nail, the natural shine off. If you have got an alcohol or a acetone, cleanse the nail with the acetone. If you don't have any of those things, just dust it off or wipe it off with the tissue paper. That should be fine. Then you're going to prime the nails. Okay. With the glue, you don't necessarily have to prime. All right. The primer is basically for the gel, but I primed all the nails anyway. Okay. Then you're going to edge the inside of the tip. And how you're going to do that is you're either going to use your e-file to sort of rough that tip up inside, or you're going to use the acetone on a little brush to sort of rub that acetone in, break down a little bit and rough it up. You can do both of those steps if you've got both of those items. Okay. Then you're going to stick it down and voila. Look, it's not budging. Alright. Now I'm going to show you how to do this with the gel base coat. Okay. It's basically exactly the same thing, except you are using gel instead of glue. Okay. The glue is known to last a couple of days to a week. On some people longer, but I would say the glue would last a maximum of a couple of days to a week. But if you're wanting longer lasting stick-on nails, the way to go is to use the base coat. Okay. So, next step. You're going to take quite a nice amount of gel on the brush, almost like it's dripping, okay? And then you're going to put that gel inside the tip. And again, you want quite a bit, because if you don't have enough, you're going to get air bubbles. Okay. Then you're going to turn that tip around. Okay. And again, you're going to do it at a 45-degree angle. So you're going to go in at that cuticle and you're going to press down hard. Okay. And you're going to hold that in place, and then you're going to put the UV lamp over it. Okay. And you'll do it for a minute to make sure that that UV lamp cures that gel 100%. Okay. So I'm just holding the UV lamp over it. Move your hand a little bit more underneath. It's fine. Okay. So I've held it in place for a couple of seconds. Now I'm going to ask the client, or in this case my husband, just to put his hand underneath the lamp for a full minute. Right. And then I'm going to do the next two tips. And so it's basically very easy. If you want long lasting salon looking professional nails like these, you're going to use a full length nail, either with the glue or with the gel base coat. The gel base coat, like I said, it lasted on my husband for 2 months. 2 months, ladies. So yeah, I will obviously give you an update on my nails as well, because these are the tips. As you can see, this is my natural nail underneath. Now my natural nail is normally this length, okay, but I cut it down to put the tips on. I didn't want to cut them too short, so yeah, it looks a little bit ugly with the nail underneath it, but I normally do gel overlay on my natural nails. So yeah, I'm also going to show you the AS gel changing color gel on this video as well. So this is the perfect season to be using the color changing gels, because as we're going into winter, it's colder at the top, so it goes like a purpley color. It's lighter at the bottom because the hands are warmer at the bottom, so it goes like this periwinkle purpley blue color. Alright, so we're back, and this is stuck. There's no air bubbles. As you can see, there's no air bubbles in any of these. And now we're going to go in with, sorry, let me just see something. Okay. Yeah. Alright, I'm going to have to file this one. I actually mistakenly put the 0 on his middle nail and it's supposed to go onto his thumbnail. Okay. So we're just going to do the pinky. Again, you're going to use a nice amount of base gel in that tip, because you see, if you put too little glue or too little gel in, you're going to get air bubbles. It's not going to be enough gel in there to be able to get the desired effect that you want. You see, so you're going to use quite a bit of the gel in there. You can swish it about so that it goes onto the sidewalls more. If you get spillage, it's not a train smash, because like I said, you can always use the e-file or a file that you have at home to basically get that off the nail. Lift your hand up, please. There we go. Okay, put the lamp over. So I'm going to hold that in place while it cures for at least 30 seconds, and then I'm going to ask him to do a full cure for a minute. Okay, so he's going to cure that for a full minute, and I'll be right back. Okay, so all nails are on. None of them have got any bubbles in them, as you can see. I just want you to see. None of them have bubbles in them. Slightly overflow over here at the tip end, but not much, and there's no overflow by the cuticle area or the sidewalls. Okay, so now I want to show you, if you're going to cut these down and you've only got one of these clippers, I want to show you how you can clip the nail. Okay, so how you're going to do this is you're going to take the nail clipper and you're going to clip from side to side. Okay, do not clip the nail like this. Don't try and cut the nail like this, because if you do, first of all, you're going to cause like a bending or even breaking the tip. So to clip the nail, you clip from one side to the other side. Okay, otherwise, if you've got one of these tip cutters, they're much better to use. You're going to, obviously, I'm cutting these quite short because my husband doesn't like long nails, obviously. Okay, so we're just going to cut them as short as we can, and then we're going to file them, buff them, and we're going to polish them. Okay, there we go. Alright, now you'll need a file like this, okay, or any other file that you might have at your disposal if you're going to cut them down. I haven't cut mine down because I'm used to long nails, but if you're not used to long nails, then cutting them would be preferable. Also, they will last longer. If you're not familiar with long nails, then rather cut them shorter, because then they will wear a lot quicker. Okay, so we're just going to shape these nails now, and they look rather natural as well, as you can see. Okay, I'm just going to sort of do a square, or whatever you call it, sort of square with round edges. Okay, so you're just going to straighten that tip up. I'm sitting in a very difficult angle here. Okay, and just round the edges a bit, and a normal 100-180 grit file will do. Okay, again, just file. If you want to taper the sides, you can just do what I'm doing here. You just taper the sides. I don't like a very thick looking nail, and this one unfortunately I sized incorrectly. So I'm just going to taper it in a bit. Okay. Sorry, I don't want to. This file is rather blunt, so it's not going to cut you. Okay, so you're going to do that with all 5 fingers, and then we'll get on to the next step. Okay, so now we're going to paint these. Okay, now you can paint them with nail polish if you like, or you can paint them with gel polish. I prefer my preference medium is gel. So now we're going to buff the nail tip. Okay, pretty much the same way as you would do a natural nail. Take off the shine. So I'm going to just show you 2 nails on line, and then I'm going to go off and do the rest. Okay. So, and I really like these little buffers because you can really sort of get into the cuticle area quite easily with these. And again, ladies, I sell these buffers in a pack of 50. Okay, sorry ladies, power tripped, so I'm going to show you again. So you're just going to buff the nail tip to get that natural shine off. Okay, these little buffers, like I said, you can buy from me. Also, if you're buying the stick-on professional nails from me, it comes in the kit. Okay. I can also sell the kit with 20 nail tips, glue, or gel base gel polish in the kit, so you can decorate these yourself. If you have an LED lamp or a UV lamp and some gel polish, you can do these from home yourself. Okay. If you're not interested in the work that goes into it, then you can buy the kit from me, and then most of the work is taken out of it, because then you've just got to stick them on with glue. Okay, so you just take off that natural shine. There will be dust. You will have to cleanse that dust off, because gel doesn't like to adhere itself to dust. Also, it's not going to look very nice if there's a lot of dust on there and you go in and put polish on, or gel polish on. Okay, so you would do the step whether you're putting gel polish or nail polish. Okay, it's just going to look a lot better. You're going to get the polish sticking to the nails a lot better, and so on. This one I've already done. Okay, so now you're just going to cleanse the nails with your alcohol or with your duster. I just like doing it because it's also for sanitation purposes. Sanitizing the nails every time. I'm going to wipe that dust off, make sure all that dust is out. And now you're ready to start the manicure. Okay, now we're going to use a base gel. On all 5 fingers. So you're going to do it from the middle to the tip. Okay, you don't need a lot of this, ladies. Just a little bit on the brush goes a very, very long way. Sort of edge it up to the cuticle. If you do it like this, you're not going to get flooding of the cuticle, and that applies with nail polish or gel polish. Okay, so if you sort of start from the sort of middle of the nail coming down to the free edge, the tip, and then sort of edge your way to that cuticle area, you won't get flooding. Okay, okay, you don't need a lot on your brush, just a very little bit, just enough just sort of float on that nail. So edge it up to the cuticle area and side walls around there. Normally you'll have enough on the brush to do all 5 fingers. Okay. Now thumbs you can do separately. I actually prefer doing thumbs separately, especially when doing gel. But because this is a very little bit of gel on here, it's fine to do and cure all 5 fingers at the same time. Okay, and make sure you cap that free edge as well of all 5 fingers. Okay, this is going to mean that the gel is going to be wrapped around that free edge, so it's not going to come away from the free edge. And you're going to do this with your nail polish as well. So if you've got a base gel polish and base nail polish, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to put your nail polish on, apply it, cap the free edge, wait for it to dry. With the gel, you're going to put it in the LED lamp for 1 minute. Okay, so now we have base coated all 5 nails. And now we're going to, I'm just going to use the color changing AS gel. This is number 1. And then I'm also going to be using this color changing AS gel, which is the color that's on my nails. And this is number 10. Okay. So I thought I'd do the 2 blue purple ones in the middle and the 2 on the side, the pink. Okay. So let's start with the pinky. Alright. Again, what you're going to do is you're going to, especially if you are starting out with the gel polish, you're going to start at the tip like this. Okay. Then you sort of got to edge your way to that cuticle area, just so that you don't get any on the cuticle or the sidewalls. Alright, the AS gels are pretty, their pigmentation is pretty pigmented, as well as the consistency is quite, it's quite good as well. So it's not too runny, it doesn't run into the cuticle area or into the sidewalls. This one I'm just putting a very little bit on the brush as for the first coat. And gel, you always want to put a very little on the brush for the first coat, okay? And with AS gels, because they're so pigmented, you can obviously put 1 coat full coverage, but I always put 2 coats. So always go in with a very thin coat, which looks a little bit translucent when you do put it on, especially with the color changing gels. But the other gels are quite opaque. Okay, like this one is quite opaque even with 1 coat. Alright, so this is the one that I've got on my nails at the moment. This is the number 10. And the pink one is the number 1. Alright. So again, you're just going to sort of go on the tip of the finger. Lift your hand up a little bit, please. Okay. And then you're going to sort of edge it down towards the cuticle area. This is the best way I find if you're starting out, so that you don't get it running into the cuticle and into the sidewalls. Alright. Also, if you don't have too much on your brush, that also helps. Okay, as you can see, this color is more opaque than the pink one. Alright. So it's purple when it's cold. So it's quite cold today. And it goes like a light blue at the nail bed area. When it's warmer. I haven't actually ever used these on my own nails before, but I thought, you know what, this is the perfect season for color changing, so let's just do it. Okay, make sure that you cap the free edge, because this will prevent obviously chipping, peeling, any of those kind of things from happening. I just want to make this a little bit more opaque. There we go. Okay, you just want to make it closest to the cuticle as possible, but not on the cuticle. Alright, I'm going to cure that for a minute in a LED lamp or 2 minutes in a UV. Okay, so we're going to do another coat of the pink one. As you can see, it's come out of the lamp looking quite translucent. This one I'm not my favorite color, but I mean it's beautiful when it's cold. This sort of cerise pink color. Okay, so you can definitely build up this color, but the purple one is quite opaque, as you can see. My husband's fingers are ice cold because today is very cold. So yeah. So if you're more a person that's had some, you know, quite a lot of practice, then you can start at the cuticle area and brush down. But generally speaking, start at the tip, brush down, and sort of work your way towards, or edge your way towards the cuticle area. That way you're going to get the polish on perfectly, and you're not going to get it on the skin. And if you do, like I did, a little bit over here, you can sort of just wipe it away off the cuticle area. It'll come off anyway. Alright, so I'm just going to put one more coat of the purple on. The air is color changing number 10, and then we are going to pop that in the LED lamp for a minute. It does cure in 30 seconds, but I cure all my gel polishes for 1 minute. You know, I prefer it cures 100% and I know it's cured, than, you know, a time aspect thing where, you know, oh well, I'll need to rush this, so let me just cure it for 30 seconds because it says 30 seconds. So, and you're not going to over cure either if you do it for a minute. You're going to cure it 100%. And I like to cure it for 1 minute as well, because then you know the gel is cured. And even like the very opaque colors like your white and your blacks and some of your nudes, those kind of colors, they generally do take a little bit longer to cure properly. So I always just do it for 1 minute. Okay, so we're going to cure that for 1 minute and then we'll be right back. Okay, so ladies, this is the color changing gel. It's not really changing color right now because it's quite cold, but I'll sort of rub on the nail bed just to make it sort of change color around the nail bed, so you can get a general idea. It changes color, but my husband's hands are very, very cold. So basically it's this color, this is this color, and then this one here, if I just sort of rub the nail, make it warm, sort of goes like a whitish color, as you can see. But right now his hands are so cold, you can't really get the changing color on his fingers. So that's basically, this is color changing number 1. This is color changing number 10 from the AS brand. And if you want these beautiful, you know, salon looking nails to last longer than a week or a couple of days, then using a gel base coat really helps, okay? The glue will work as well. Some people, it really stays on the nails for a very long time. Other people, it lasts a couple of days. It all depends on how familiar you are or how used to you are to having nails. If you like me, who's used to having long nails, because my natural nails are normally this long, then you can have long nails and you'll know how to work with them in order to keep them longer. But if you are a person that bites their nails or, generally has shorter nails, then I do suggest that you cut the tip down to a shorter length until you get used to having longer and longer nails. Also, this will make your nails last longer as well. Okay, so I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Like I said, I am doing salon professional nails, stick-on nails. It comes in a pack like this. This is rose gold. I absolutely love the set that I did. A client is getting them next week. It comes with a buffer, it comes with a file, glue, emery board, cuticle pusher, cuticle remover. I don't suggest you use the cuticle remover unless you know how to use one of these, because it can actually hurt. But basically it comes in a set like this. The price of a set of like this is 150 Rand, and I courier all over South Africa. Okay, so yeah, basically that's that. Or you can buy a kit that gives you 20 of these nails, basically two of every basically one of every size. And then you can, obviously it'll come in a pack like this, except the nails won't be done. I think it'll be a nice thing to keep yourself occupied, but you will need an LED lamp if you're wanting to use the gel, okay? Otherwise, it'll come in a pack like this. You can use the glue and you can paint the tips with normal nail polish. That would also work, but it'll give you that salon looking, professional look. Very quick, very easy. It takes about a half an hour to do, to 45 minutes, and it's, it's a nice little project to do, and it gives you beautiful nails, beautiful salon looking nails like these. Okay, hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a delicious day, ladies. Bye bye now.